Hi, this is your instructor Albert Wong. This video is to show you the basic features of your SIMBook. Now, after you click on the McGraw-Hill link on the Canvas page, you will come to this particular screen. On the left-hand side, you will see My Class. But if you are taking multiple CIS classes, for example, you may also take the CIS 116 Excel class. If that's the case, maybe you may see CIS 116 when you come to this particular McGraw-Hill location. And if that's the case, you need to make sure that you are on My Class. And to do that, you click on here, and you see the number of classes that you are enrolling in, and you need to pick the one that belong to this PowerPoint class, and that is this one, the last one, with CIS 118 session 9330. All right. So after you click on that class, and you will see on the left-hand side many button or labels or checkbox or something like that. And if you scroll down, you will see say different things, like for example, chapter 1, chapter 2, and then you see a project. Something called guided project, and then you scroll down and you will see exam, and these are the midterm, and then finally you will see something called the final exam. Now, if you just want to say, I don't want to see so many things when I come here, and you just want to look at the books, for example, the chapters, and you see that the check here, the show all, the checkbox here is checked. So if I uncheck it, or I just say go to SIMBook, for example, and you see suddenly that particular checkbox is not checked anymore, and the SIMBook that you have here are all the chapters. You don't see the project and the exam anymore. All right. Now let's, for example, go to chapter 1. You click on it, and you will come to this page. Now, something that you need to know, because I am the instructor, I have something called the reset progress, but you don't, you most likely will not have that button. And what you see is open SIMBook. Now, before we go to open the SIMBook chapter 1 here, I want to show you some of the basic. Now, you see the due date, that is October 29, 11:59 p.m. That is the due date for all the projects related, or maybe assignment, what we call all the assignment related to this particular chapter. And it's chapter 1. And then the other thing that I want to show you before we open the book is that if you scroll down to the second half of the page, you will see a lot of page title here, and they are corresponding to the content of that chapter. You see, for example, chapter overview, creating and editing presentation, and I have a check mark completed here because I had read through the entire chapter, and that's why I got a check mark. Now, these are the so-called exercise let me try, and if you finish that, you will have a check mark here. And for example, if I click on here, I can see that I had actually completed the show me, guide me, and let me try for that particular area in chapter 1, but I have not finished the other one. So, and it also shows you when you have finished that and the time that you spend on it. All right. Once you have all these check mark here, the show me, guide me, and let me try, and you will have the corresponding check mark here. All right. And it shows you the progress of what you have done and things like that. All right. So that is a very good summary of your progress. If you come to that chapter, you just come here and then you take a look. And now after that, you can open your SIMBook, and that will take you to chapter 1. Here's chapter 1. And to move on to the next page, you simply click on the left-hand side, the right-hand side, I'm sorry. You click on the, say, want to read about it and all this type of thing. And for example, I want to say go to maybe the first let me guide me, and I'm sorry, show me, guide me, and let me try. And here you go, and then you click on it, and then it will show you the video and the corresponding step, and then guide me, the same thing, but it will give you the instruction as well. And let me try will be the one that you actually need to try it based on what you have learned from show me and guide me. All right, so that is how you can learn and then study the book. So you also see on the top bar here, for example, I have say this particular one that I can take, and it will take me to some kind of bookshelf, which we don't need to worry about. And the other one is that is the table of content for this chapter, and you can find it very handy if you had come to this particular book and chapter, and you want to say you have already finished the first few sessions, you just want to go to say 1.4, for example, you can just go from here directly. Okay, and this will provide you the ability to bookmark something if you find it is very important and that you want to reference to it all the time. So clicking that particular exit button will take you back to the beginning. All right, so that is it for this video, and if you have any question, feel free to let me know. Goodbye.